Welcome. Let's consider the following equation, which represents an ellipse, and let's write it in standard form. Let's remember that the standard form of an ellipse, it can be written as x minus h squared divided by a squared plus y minus k squared divided by b squared equals to 1. Notice one thing. When I take a look at the numerator of the first term and I take a look at the numerator of the second term, that's the type of result that we can obtain when we complete the square. So that's going to be our process. Let's look at the equation that we were given and let's complete the square on two variables, on x and also on the variable of y. So now let's go through the process. First, I'm going to organize all the terms in my equation. Those terms that have an x on it, let me write them first. Those terms that have a y on it, let me write them next. And this value of 164, it does not have neither an x or y, so let me just move it to the right hand side. Let me add 164 to both sides. So now we are organized. Those that have a variable of x are together from highest to lowest exponent, and those variables that have a y on it are together as well, from highest to lowest exponent. Next, if we want to complete the square on the variable of x, our leading coefficient, it needs to be of a value of 1, and we do not have that. That's a problem. So how about I look at those terms that have an x on it, and I factor a value of 9. And now we are good, because when it comes to the value of x's, notice that the leading coefficient, it is 1. And I have the same problem when it comes to the variables of y. The leading coefficient, it's not 1. Let's make it equals to 1 by factoring 25. The right hand side, let me just bring that down. So now we are ready to complete the square. The leading coefficient of x squared is 1, and also the leading coefficient of y squared, it's 1 as well. Let's start by completing the square on the variables of x. Let's look at the number that is in front of x, and let's do two things to it. First, let's divide it by 2, which is going to give me -2, and then I'm going to square it, which is going to be equals to 4. And what we are going to do to this number, we are going to add it inside the parentheses where x is located. Now let's complete the square on y's. We're going to do the same procedure. Let's look at the value that is in front of y, which is 2. And let's do two things to it. Let's divide it by 2. And the result, let's square it. And that value that we obtain, we are going to add it inside the parentheses where the y's are involved. Well, now let's bring down the rest of the equation. 164 on the right. Now let's balance our equations. Well, here's a common mistake. We added 4 on the left, so maybe you might be tempted to add 4 on the right as well. And we added 1 on the left, so maybe you're tempted to add 1 on the right as well. But this is wrong. When we added the 4 inside the parentheses of x's, in reality, in terms of value, do not forget that the 9 is multiplying every single term in this parenthesis. So we didn't add a value of 4, but in reality, we added a value of 36, which is the result of 9 times 4. And when it comes to the y values, we added the 1 inside the parentheses. In terms of values, there was a 25 multiplying. So in reality, we added a value of 25. Now we have properly balanced out the equation. So now let's simplify our result. And let me also erase the work on the bottom right hand side to give myself some space. Well, notice that when I take a look at all those terms inside the first parenthesis, I can factor this expression. We can do it by multiplying x minus 2 times x minus 2, which is equivalent to x minus 2 raised to the second. That is what we wanted to do. We wanted to complete the square. So let's rewrite it. When I take a look at those terms in relation to y, we can factor that expression as well. We can factor out as y plus 1 times y plus 1, which is y plus 1 raised to the second. So let's rewrite it as that. And we wanted this. We wanted to complete the square. In the right-hand side, when I add all of those terms, that's equivalent to 225. So let's rewrite it. So we're almost done. Do not forget that the equation of an ellipse was equals to 1. Well, right now, we have it equals to 225. So to make it equals to 1, let's divide 225 to every single term in our equation. And now let's simplify our result. Now, when simplifying this, you can think about it as just the expression of 9 divided by 225, which is equivalent to 1 over 25. So therefore, our first term that we have here, we can just rewrite it as x minus 2 squared all over 25. Let's bring down the plus, and now let's move to the next term. When I'm simplifying, I can think of that as having the fraction of 25 divided by 225. But this is equivalent to 1 over 9. So therefore, this whole second term, we can just rewrite it as y plus 1 squared divided by 9. In the right-hand side, it's finally equals to 1. And now we are done. Hello. If you would like to continue learning about mathematics, you can check out the videos on the left.